the pressure at the surface, double the pressure at the surface, what would be the depth of the benzene section? Okay, so whatever dito yung benzene, ang magiging variation lang naman nun, unknown yung height niya. Since yun yung target mo. And then the target pressure sa ilalim would be double the pressure at the surface. Okay, and the pressure at the surface will be, pressure at the surface will be atmospheric pressure. Kasi sa surface, yung atmospheric pressure lang naman yung nag-act. So double of that will be the absolute pressure at the bottom. Okay? And that would be, so ang unknown mo na lang would be the H of the benzene section. Okay, so hopefully you're able to solve for H. Okay? Now B. So ito na yung i-discuss ng group 2. Wait lang. Yeah. Okay. So group 2, sino nga po ulit? Chad. Chad. Parang nag-report ka na last time, Chad. So second mo na to, no?
So, opo.
I mean, nag-recite. Okay. Okay lang naman. Pero kita ko, second time mo na. Okay, next is, okay, go. Discuss mo na. We start with the, by starting with the drawing of the tank. So, paano ang magiging hitsura ng ating tank?
Sir, wala po ako ng drawing ng sa tank.
Hindi mo na din knowing?
Di na po, dagdiretso po ako ng computer.
Ay, wow. O, sige. Pero draw pa rin natin dito. Okay. So, tank daw, sealed tank. Okay, sealed. So, pag sealed, closed it. Is filled with liquid up to the 8-meter level. Okay? So, may liquid siya sa 8-meter level. Okay? A pressure meter located 4 meters below the surface. Okay? So, 4 meters below the surface. Level of the liquid gets a gauge pressure reading of 55 kPa. While another gauge located at elevation 3 meters. Okay, so elevation 3 meters reads 100 kPa. Okay? So, based on this drawing, Chad, what will be this length? Yung nasa gitna.
Ano po, sir?
Ito,
Sorry po.
anong height, anong length nito? Yung pagitan ng dalawang gauge pressure.
Sir,
Ano po?
sir, 1 po.
Okay, 1 meter. Okay, the first gauge pressure is located 4 meters from the surface. The second gauge meter, pressure meter is 3 meters from the bottom, elevation 3 meters. So, para mabuo yung 8 meters, ang pagitan ng dalawa is 1 meter. Tapos yung values of the measurements that they get, 55 tsaka 100. Okay. So, pwede na tayo mag-start ng A. So, how do we solve for A, Chad?
Sir, ni-write ko po muna yung given.
Okay.
P1 po is equals to 55
Okay.
kPa.
Sige.
Tapos P2 po is equals to 100 kPa. Then, kinonvert ko po sila into Pascal.
Pascal.
So,
Okay.
so 55 times 1,000 is equals to 55,000 Pascal. Tapos po 100,000 Pascal.
Okay.
Then, ano yung height difference naman po is 4 meters minus 3 meters is equals to 1 meter. Yun po yung given.
Okay. Okay.
Tapos po sa solution, pinag-minus ko po yung P2 tsaka yung P1. 100,000 Pascal minus 55,000 Pascal is equals to 45,000 Pascal.
So that
Then,
is delta P. Okay, so that is P2 minus P1. So ang value nun is 45,000
45,000 Pascal.
pascals.
Then, yung kinuha ko po yung specific weight, change in P po, tsaka yung height difference.
Okay. So,
Divide po.
okay. So, it started with P equals rho GH. Okay? However, now, some mistake that some might do, alam ko yung P, alam ko yung G, alam ko yung H. Okay? Kasi like, halimbawa, ang P, alam ko ang P, 55,000. Tapos ang H niya, 4. So, pwede ko i-solve daw yung rho. Okay? However, remember that your P here is still gauge pressure. Okay? And you cannot solve for rho or density if you are still using gauge pressure. To be able to solve for intrinsic properties of materials, ano ba yung intrinsic properties? Yung properties na fixed or hindi nagbabago sa material. Like mass, volume, for liquids, volume, kasi incompressible sila. Okay? Density, okay, intrinsic yan. So you cannot use gauge pressure to solve for rho. However, what you can use is change. Okay? So change in pressure equals rho g times change in height. And from here, you can solve for rho g or lambda equal to change in P over change in H. Okay? So, anong magiging values nito pag nag-substitute?
45,000 po over 1 meter is equals to 45,000 Newton metric cube.
So, na-minus na to, no? Newton per meter squared. Tapos 1 meter. Okay? Equal to 45,000
Newton metric.
Newton per meter cube. Okay. However, the final answer is taka-PCF daw. So, what will I do with this 45?
So, 45,000 Newton metric cube times 0.006366597.
Over 1 Newton per meter cube. Yung conversion factor. However, that is correct. However, you can already use yung 9, 8, 10. Ay, sorry naman. 9, 8, 10. Tinatamad na ang ballpen ko. Teka. Nine, 8, 10. Newton per meter cube. Anong sabi natin sa equivalent niyan? That is equivalent to 62.4 PCF. Okay, and if you will check these two, 62.4 over 9,810, you would still get that 0.00630,856 value. Okay, pero pwede mong isulat na ganito. para hindi ka na mag-memorize ng decimal.
Okay po, sir.
Yeah. Pero equivalent lang sila. So, equal niyan will be
286.469 PCF po.
okay, 286.239 PCF. Okay, so this would be your answer to 2A. This is the weight density of your fluid. Okay, salamat, Chad. Sino po sa B? Pel. Okay. Okay,
Sir.
let's start to solve for B.
Sir, spoiler lang po. Mali po pala yung ginawa ko sa quiz. Kaya po baka po
Okay.
medyo
Okay lang, bakit? Bakit mo nasabi?
mali po yung ano po, sir. Yung A po. Ay, yung B.
Pinungunahan mo naman. Ano bang final answer mo? Check ko.
Wait lang po. Check ko po. Parang 48 po something yun. Eh.
Okay. Okay, sige. Medyo mababa nga.
Bagay, sir. Pero try ko naman po.
Pero, sige, try mo pa rin. Then, along the way, sasabihin ko sa'yo kung ano yung, kung saang part ka nagkamali.
Bali yung PCF po na nakuha po natin kanina dun sa yung 286.239.
Okay.
Po. I-convert po siya into KPA po per
Okay. So, pwede kong dito na kunin.
po.
Parang, so, ang starting ko, 45 kPa. Ay?
Hindi po, yung ano po,
Oh,
PCF.
no. Oo nga. I-convert si PCF kay KPA. Okay. Sige. So, that is times H.
286.239 PCF times 1 Newton per cubic meter over 0.00636,588 po.
Tama. So, tama ang ginawa ko. So, ibabalik ko lang siya into 45. So, yun. Ito yung ginamit mo. 0.00602. Inverse nito. Inverse kasi pabalik. So, ang lalabas dyan is 45,000 newtons per meter cube. Okay. So, dito tayo. Okay, next is
Wait lang please.
basically lang ginawa ko lang yung Newton per meter cube kanina na ginawa natin BCF, ibinalik lang natin ulit into Newton per meter cube.
Ang mas pong sagot, sir, ay ano? 37,110.
Dito sa part na to.
Po.
Okay. So, I feel baka may mali sa conversion. Okay? So, dapat babalik ka sa 45. Kasi kanina, 45,000. Okay? So, tulungan kita dito. So, dito tatanong tayo kung ano daw yung pressure sa bottom ng tank. Tama ba? What is the theoretical absolute pressure at the bottom of the tank? Okay? So, if in general, the pressure absolute at the bottom of the tank is equal to rho GH plus P atmospheric. Okay, in general. Okay, rho GH would be the gauge pressure or pressure of your fluid in the tank Tapos i-add mo yung atmospheric pressure. Bakit may atmospheric pressure? Because, sabi sa problem, ay wait lang. At the bottom of the tank. Ay, okay. Tapos, closed tank siya. Okay, closed tank. So, wala dapat ATM. Kasi closed tank eh. Okay, so, if what one might do is rho GH. Okay, rho GH lang siya. Yung rho G, ito na siya. Diba? 45,000. Ito na yung lambda equals rho G. Okay? Tapos yung H naman would be the H kung anong height ng fluid. So, dito, 8 meters. So, mangyayari dyan, parang 45,000 newtons per meter cube times height of 8 meters. So, pwede mo pang i-calculator po ito. Ah,
360,000 po.
360,000.
Aba.
Or, dahil ang tinatanong sa atin ay Pascals yun eh. So, dito, kPa daw. So, 360.0 kPa. Ito ba ang sagot mo, Kel? Dito? Fel
Saan
pala.
po
Ito ba yung sagot mong
sa
kilopascal?
quiz po?
Sa quiz.
Hindi po.
Hindi. Okay. Most of you, ito yung sinagot. Kasi rho GH lang naman. Which is which is incorrect because pagbabalik tayo dito sa tank, remember na kahit sealed yan, di ba sealed siya? So PATM is actually outside here. Nasa labas siya ng tank. And it cannot affect yung system natin. Kasi rigid naman yung tank, tapos nasa labas yung pressure. However, know na meron ditong P-air. Okay? P-air is the gauge pressure naman of the air inside the tank. Okay? Pag open system, wala ito. Kasi humahalo lang yung atmospheric pressure sa air inside. However, pag closed tank, there's a possibility na may air dito sa loob ng tank, and that air will create or will cause a downward pressure sa ating fluid. So, kumbaga, nag-a-add siya ng pressure sa ating fluid. Okay? And itong PR na ito, kasama siya sa calculation kahit gauge pressure siya. Okay? Bakit? Kasi ang gauge pressure naman, ang minimeasure na gauge pressure with respect to outside temperature, outside pressure, with respect to atmospheric pressure. Eh itong air na to, hindi naman siya atmospheric pressure. P-air talaga siya. So may sarili siyang pressure, kaya part pa rin siya ng gauge pressure. Ang magiging nangyayari dito sa P absolute bottom, tama ba? Tama ba ang aking understanding sa tanong? What is the absolute pressure at the bottom of the tank? Tama. Absolute bottom sa ilalim. Absolute bottom. Tama pala. Since absolute bottom siya, absolute bottom. Tama, absolute pressure sa bottom, kailangan mo pa rin ng P atmospheric. Okay, bakit may P atmospheric pa rin? Kasi yung rho GH mo is still gauge pressure. Okay, gauge pressure siya. So to make it atmospheric pressure, kahit hindi siya exposed outside, is para lang maging absolute, kailangan mo i-add yung atmospheric pressure kasi yung gauge pressure mo is naka-base sa atmospheric pressure. However, aside from that, you also need to add the P of air inside. Air inside. Okay? So, air inside na to will still add, physically, ang tamang arrangement niya would be, yan, rho GH plus air inside. Ito talaga yung nasa loob. Okay? Ito yung gauge, total gauge pressure sa bottom. Okay? The PATM is just here para maging absolute value. Yan. Okay? So, air inside, kailangan ko malaman, ano ba to? How do I get this? I know may gauge pressure at 4 meters deep. Okay? 4 meters deep, 55,000 Pascal. Okay? So sabi natin, if you have a pressure at a certain elevation 1, for example, elevation 1, if you go up the elevation, bawa elevation 3, your pressure would be P minus rho G delta H. Yan. Equals rho G delta H. Okay? Pag bababa ka naman, then P naught. P naught. Okay. If you start with a if you have an elevation, tapos alam mo yung pressure doon, you can actually solve for the pressures above and below it. Below elevation 0. Okay? If your point is lower or is it on a greater depth, ibig sabihin mas lubog, mas malalim siya sa fluid mo, your pressure would be the pressure kanina plus rho GH based on kung gaano kalalim yung inilalim or gaano nag-change yung height ng ating point. Okay? If your point naman is higher than your previous elevation, then your pressure at this point will be less than the initial pressure dun sa original elevation mo. Okay? So for example, dito. P-air, sabi natin, gusto natin malaman yung P-air because nako-contribute siya dun sa pressure sa loob ng fluid, dun sa ilalim ng fluid. Alam ko yung pressure pag ang depth ko is 4 meters, 55,000 pascals. So pressure at 4 meters equal to 55 kilopascals. Okay, pressure at 4 meters. So kung gusto kong makuha yung pressure ng air, I need to solve for the pressure at this surface, dito, sa ibabaw. Because at this elevation or at this surface, air pressure lang yung nagko-contribute sa aking pressure. Kasi air lang yung kine-carry ng point ko. Kanya kasi nasa ibabaw naman siya ng fluid. So air lang, itong PR na to, ito lang yung kine-carry ng fluid. So how do I know the pressure at this point? I know the pressure at 4 meters. Okay? So may pressure at 0 meters depth or sa surface would be pressure at 4 meters minus rho g delta h. Okay? Rho g delta h, ano itong delta h na to? Since this is surface, 0 meters, and 4 meters, then this will be height difference ng 0 and 4 meters, or basically 4 meters height difference. So I have my pressure at 2 points. I have my height difference ng 2 points. Okay? So P0M, or pressure at surface, will be pressure at 4 meters, that's 55 kilopascals. Okay? Minus rho g. Ano yung rho g ko? Ito, nasolve natin kanina. Nasaan? Ito. Diba? Ito yung rho g or lambda. So that's 45 kilopascals times height, which is 4 meters. Ay, hindi pala ito kilopascal. Newton per meter cube to. Okay? Nasaan na? Yan. So pressure at 4 meter kanina, sabi natin 55 kilopascal. So kung gusto kong malaman yung pressure at 0 meters, or basically yung pressure sa surface, which is also equal to pressure of air, then I would use 4 meters, may initial pressure, minus rho GH nung aking itinaas na elevation. Okay? Kasi diba sabi natin, the pressure at a point is caused by the weight of the fluid above it. So kung tataas ako dito to 0 meters to the surface, kailangan kong tanggalin yung weight or yung pressure caused by these 4 meters of fluid. And that is this rho GH, which is rho G equal to 45 Newton per meter cube times H, which is 4 meters. Okay? So, Fel, pwede mo ba i-calculator to, please?
Negative 125 po lumabas.
Okay. Negative 125 kilopascal. Ibig sabihin, yung air ko dito, yung air ko dito pala, may gauge pressure siya, or dahil negative, vacuum pressure siya, na negative 125 kilopascal. Okay, ibig sabihin, at this surface, may vacuum pressure na agad ako ng negative 125 kilopascal. Okay, which is, again, separate from your atmospheric pressure. Kasi sealed. Okay? So, this negative 125 kilopascal, dun magsisimula, or yun yung magiging basis ng gauge pressure ko going deeper. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, at 4 meters, for examples, ito tayo. Ibig sabihin, at 4 meters, na depth, may P gauge tayo kasi hindi ko sinasama yung atmospheric pressure, is equal to P air, which is yung P sa surface, plus rho GH. Diba ganyan tayo mag-solve ng pressure at depth? Okay? So, P air ko is negative 125 kilopascal plus rho G. Palitan ko yung rho G ng lambda kasi minasolve tayong lambda. Okay? And lambda is 45 kilonewtons per meter cube times H, which is 4. Okay? And if you solve this, you will get back to 55. 55 ba? Pa-check nga, Fel, kung 55.
55 po, sir.
Tama. 45 times 4
Opo.
minus 125. So, 55
Opo.
kilopascal.
Opo.
So, itong 55 Pascal na to, yan yung reading nung pressure gauge natin, 55. Okay? So, kung gusto nyo ulit i-check, pwede nyo i-check tong 100 Pascal. Okay? Ano bang elevation ng 100 Pascal? 4 plus 1. So, 5 meters. So, at 5 meters daw, P gauge equals PR ulit plus lambda H. Okay? So, ang PR ko is again negative 125 kilopascal plus yung aking lambda, 45 kilonewton per meter cube. Tapos ang height ko is 5 na. Okay? And masosolve ko dito, 100 kilopascal. So, match siya dun sa values ng ating pressure gauge. Okay? 100 Pascal or 100 kilopascal. Okay? Ibig sabihin, balik tayo dito ngayon sa absolute bottom, absolute pressure sa bottom, aside from rho GH, and aside sa ATM, which is yung atmospheric pressure, I had to include itong air inside. Okay? So, ang mangyayari dyan, rho GH or lambda H, so ito na yon, 45,000 Newton per meter cube times 8, plus air inside. Ano yung air inside ko? Minus 125,000. Ipapascal ko na para diretso. Plus atmospheric pressure, which is 101,325 Pascal. Okay, and this will not give me 360 kPa. Anong masasolve ko po dito, Fel?
$336,325 po. Ay, wait lang pala.
Parang hindi. Parang hindi.
Sabi, mali po pala, wait lang.
Kasi 125,000 na yun, no?
Minus para pala yun.
Tama ka pala. May bad. Tama ikaw. 45,000 times 8. So, 360,000 yon. Minus 125,000 plus 101,325. So, 336,325. Tama ka pala. 336,325 pascals. So, ito yung absolute pressure sa ilalim ng tank. Remember, absolute pressure. So, in-account natin lahat. Atmospheric pressure, yung pressure ng fluid, which is rho GH, and yung pressure ng trapped air or yung air inside sa tank, sa sealed tank natin. Okay? Some of you, most of you dito na wala. Sa trapped air inside the tank. Kasi inassume nyo na wala to. So pag wala to, 45,000 times 8 plus 101,325 lang yung sagot. Okay? So that's one. Yung iba naman, nakalimutan ito. Bukod sa nakalimutan ito. Kasi nakalimutan nila na absolute pressure nga pala hinahanap. So you have to add atmospheric pressure. But ultimately, your goal or your answer would be 336,325 Pascal. Dun sa mga PET-E, syempre iba yung sagot nyo kasi iba yung tangke nyo. But the process, ganito pa rin. You have to, account for the air inside. Okay, air inside is, ayun. So how do you get the air inside? Rho GH lang, pataas. So, rho GH pataas, so negative, or subtract rho GH pataas from an elevation or a point na alam mo yung pressure. Okay, so from elevation na alam kong 55 kilopascal, I solve for the pressure at the surface. Okay, ito yun. Pressure at the surface. So I solve for negative 125. And that negative 125 kilopascal, i-add ko lang siya dun sa calculation ko ng pressure at the bottom. Yan, air inside. And of course, dahil absolute pressure, atmospheric pressure. Okay po, any question or clarification? Medyo nakakalito to. I know, pero bukas, since we are blessed with a face-to-face class, i-discuss natin ng maigi ulit sa board with new examples para mas makita nyo yung ganitong movement. Yung pagtaas ng elevation, magbabawas ka ng pressure. Pagbaba ng elevation, magdadagdag ka ng pressure. Okay? So, with that action, makukuha mo na actually yung pressure sa surface, pressure sa bottom, okay? Kasi i-move mo lang naman yung pressure eh. Okay? Tapos pag nasa pressure ka na sa taas, sa surface, pwede ka na ngayon mag-jump ng analysis dun sa kabilang fluid. Okay? Kasi kung anong pressure mo ng fluid mo sa top, yun din yung pressure ng fluid na nasa ibabaw niya. Okay? So makaka-transfer ka ng fluid actually during this step. So bukas, mas mag-discuss natin. Okay? Other questions po? Ito sa ating quiz 2. Okay, then wala na. That's quiz 2. Then yung question number 3 naman. Yan. Question number 3. What will be the gauge pressure readings for the tank in pressure? Problem number 2, if the tank becomes open type. Okay, so pag open type, wala na tayong problema ng air inside. Kasi imbes na air inside, atmospheric pressure na yung gagamitin natin. Tapos, if the fluid is olive oil, in pascals, 1 decimal base. So, ginawa ko lang naman dito, pinalitan ko lang tong fluid natin. Pinalitan ko lang yung fluid, tsaka yung type. So, actually, mas madali itong isolve. Also, sabi dito, gauge pressure readings. Okay, so what I am expecting here is kung ano yung ilalabas na readings ng dalawang pressure meters. Di ba may dalawang pressure meter dito? Yung isa kanina naglabas ng 55, yung isa naman naglabas ng 100 kPa. So if gagawin ko daw ang fluid ko is olive oil, tapos open type, ano yung magiging reading ng dalawang pressure meter? Okay, so do not give me yung pressure sa bottom. Kasi wala naman dun yung pressure gauge. Okay, ang pressure gauge natin nasaan? 4 meters below the surface yung isa naman at elevation 3 meters. So ano daw maging reading or ano yung pressure ng fluid ko, gauge pressure ng fluid ko at these elevations. Okay, so yun yung hinahanap na sagot ng problem number 3. Okay? So, questions po. So again, I think a lot or a number of you got wrong dito sa 2 and 3, which is why later, bibigyan ko kayo ng chance to do again problems 2 and 3 for your quiz. Pero iibahin ko lang ng value para meron namang bagong analysis. Okay? Now that you know how to compute yung P-air inside, okay? And mas alam niyo na ngayon yung gauge pressure at atmospheric pressure, I'm hoping na may tama niyo na yung bonus questions mamaya. Kasi i-add ko yon dun sa existing grade nyo sa quiz 2. Okay? Yan. Okay, pero for now, balik muna tayo sa aking PowerPoint. Hindi po yan thank you. Dito pa yan sa taas. Yan. So, because our lesson for today is actually pressure measurements talaga. Okay, which is kind of related din dun sa quiz number 2 nyo. Okay? So, pressure measurements. So, today dapat ang discuss natin is yan. Recap ng quiz 2 saka group reporting quiz 2 question 2. So, tapos na natin to. Discuss natin yung instruments used in pressure measurements and paano yung how the pressure readings can be used to correlate height change to pressure change. Okay? Diba sabi natin kanina, delta P is equal to rho G delta H. So how does that relationship, how can that relationship be used to solve for pressure at other points? Okay? And then lastly, yun nga, meron kayong bonus activity later. 2 questions yon, tapos i-add ko yon sa quiz number 2. Okay? So quiz 2 recap, tapos na tayo. Pressure measurements muna. The pressure measurement instrument used to measure pressure is pressure gauge. Okay? From the word itself, ang mini-measure niya ay gauge pressure. It is designed to measure the pressure within an isolated system such as a pipe or a tank. Tapos, dahil gauge pressure siya, it is always in reference or with reference to atmospheric pressure. Okay? Ay, wala. Yan. It is always with reference to gauge pressure. Okay? So, papansin nyo, ang pinaka-lowest value niyan is 0. Okay? Ibig sabihin, pag 0 yan, equal na yung pressure sa loob ng tank at sa labas ng tank. Okay? Diba? Kasi diba, ang gauge pressure is the change or the value of pressure higher than the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so pag nasa 10, if yung reading na to, 10 or mga 12, the pressure inside is 12 bars higher than atmospheric pressure. It is also possible to have a pressure meter na nasa vacuum side. Okay, or vacuum pressure. Okay, pero pressure gauge pa rin yung tawag. Okay, pero vacuum yung sina-check niya. So, ganito naman, dahil ang vacuum pressure ay below atmospheric pressure, makikita nyo dito, negative yung pinapakita niya na value. Ibig sabihin, below atmospheric. Pag nasa 0.2, then that is 0.2 bar, bar, kulay-pula, 0.2 bars below atmospheric pressure. So, this is the negative side naman nung gauge pressure. Okay? So, pag negative ng gauge pressure, that's we call the vacuum pressure. There can also be cases na, especially for critical equipment, na combined na sa iisang instrument yung positive pressure or gauge pressure, tsaka yung negative pressure or vacuum pressure. Katulad nito, atmospheric pressure sa 0 lang siya. If your pressure increases above atmospheric, then pipitik yan dito sa positive side. But if your pressure goes to the negative side, to the negative pressure, dito yan pipitik sa kabila, sa negative. So may cases na combined na yung pressure gauge. Okay? That's pressure gauges. Those are pala, pressure gauges. Barometer naman are used to measure the actual atmospheric pressure in a location. Ay, di ba sabi natin, ang standard atmospheric pressure natin is 101.325 kilopascals. However, sometimes, because of weather conditions, nag-iiba-iba yan. And yung barometer, yung ginagamit to measure the actual. it is the atmospheric pressure is also called barometric pressure because barometer yung ginagamit to measure it sa environment, sa outside. Okay? So, ang key here, meron siyang container dito na glass. Okay, tapos may vacuum na portion or vacuum gas. May section dito sa taas ng tube na vacuum. Vacuum, ibig sabihin, zero absolute pressure. Kaya zero absolute pressure, ibig sabihin, walang molecules ng gas dyan sa part na ito. Okay? And then, you would have mercury on the tube. Tapos, anong nangyayari kasi, pag exposed to sa labas, yung mercury natin, tumataas siya dito sa glass tube. Kaya hinihigop siya ng vacuum kasi. Okay? So, magkakaroon ngayon, ito ngayong glass tube natin, meron niyang measurement na nakalagay. So, you can measure the height of the fluid dun sa glass tube. So, for example, for mercury, nakaka-measure tayo ng 760 millimeters of mercury. Okay? And that 760 millimeters, we can use raw GH to solve kung anong equivalent pressure nung 760 millimeters. Okay? Paano yon? Siyempre, yung H mo would be 760 millimeters. You can use, ito. 760 millimeters yan. Okay? Siyempre, dahil millimeters to, kung ako, gagamitin ko, 0.760 meters na lang. Okay? Then G, of course, is your 9.81 meters per second acceleration. Ang rho ngayon, what you will use is the rho of the fluid. Okay, so kung mercury to, you will use rho of mercury. So if you do not know the rho of mercury or the density of mercury, then you can use the SG, specific gravity of mercury, to convert the density of water to density of mercury. Okay? Ang lalabas dyan, ang SG of mercury is, lagay ko na dito para masaya. Copy ko to. Copy. Paste. SG. Yan. Yan. Send to back. Okay? So, SG ng fluid times rho of water times G times H. So, kung mercury to, kung mercury yan, then that would be SG ng mercury, which is 13.6, times density of water, 1,000, times 9.81, times H of mercury, which is 760 millimeters or 0.76 meters. Then the pressure that will result from this would be the actual atmospheric pressure. So at ideal conditions, if 760 yung na-compute mo na height, you will be able to solve for the standard atmospheric pressure here, which is 101.325 kilopascals. Okay, so ibig sabihin, kung may pressure ako, I can convert that into height of fluid. Kasi may H ako dito. Tapos yung rho G, depende sa fluid. If I have a height of fluid naman, then I can solve for an equivalent pressure of that height using a barometer. Okay, so P equals SG rho GH lang. It's nagbabago-bago lang siya kasi depende sa fluid. Okay, then whatever value you solve here, yun yung pressure, atmospheric pressure dun sa location. Okay, any question po? Okay, so pag ibang fluid yung ginamit mo, then you will just have to use the appropriate values of density and height. Okay, magbabago lang naman sila, depende sa pressure mo. So kung gumamit ka ng water, for example, you will use the density of water Pero, you will use the density of water, pero yung height mo gagalaw. It will adjust accordingly para ma-reach yung atmospheric pressure. Para mag-equivalent sila. Okay? So in that note, I would like you to do this GCR question number 4 for 5 points. Bakit? Kasi usually, pag barometer nga, ang ginagamit natin na fluid is mercury. Kaso, ang challenge doon, yung mercury kasi is toxic. Kasi mercury, toxic. So, pag nakain siya or na-digest, toxic siya sa tao. So, bakit nga ba hindi na lang water para safe? So, if we used water instead of mercury to measure the atmospheric pressure of 101.325 kilopascals, what will be the height of the water column in meters to decimal places? Okay, so if water daw yung nilagay ko sa barometer, gaano kataas yung height na makikreate ko sa barometer ko to show atmospheric pressure of 101.325. Okay, so you have 6 minutes to do it. So kung 1702, sige, 17 or 509, let's, I will set the deadline at 5:09 p.m. Yeah. Okay, so the question is posted. So once you are able to solve, lagay nyo lang yung answer nyo sa Google Classroom question. Okay? Okay, I hope you are able to answer that and to discuss how it was done. Saan ako? Saan pa wala? 5. Kuha naman tayo sa 5. Group 5. Who wants to share how it's done? Agarap, Basilan, Gomez, Guerra, Mendoza, Mercado. Yes, Ryzen.
Paulit
Iska,
question.
ha?
Paulit nga po ulit ng question, sir. I'll try to answer.
Paano Tosinol? Yung, paano mo kinuha yung height of water?
First, we'll have to rearrange dates.
Wait lang. Wait lang.
Okay.
Wait lang, Ryzen. Parang nasa group 4 ka.
Ayaw nga pa.
Itong Mendoza sa group 5 ay si Kat.
Nga pala.
Okay lang. Pero
Okay.
bigay muna natin
Thank
sa
you.
group 5. Sa group 5. Parang nag-raise na si ano. Sino nag-raise hand sa group 5?
Sir, ako po,
Jan
sir.
pa.
Basilan po.
Ikaw muna, Carl. Okay ba
Sir,
muna
bale
to?
yan. Okay na lang po yun, sir. Or
Okay,
yung
sir,
iba po
naman.
muna.
Hindi,
Okay lang po.
kung gusto mo eh. Marami pa naman, may chance pa naman. Di, kumbagay, next time sila na.
Sige po, sir.
Sige.
Bale, ano po,
Paano?
sir. Nakuha ko po yung sagot na sa pamamagitan ng pag-divide po nung pressure po, tsaka po nung density G po nung water.
Okay.
Na which is ano po, the pressure po is 101.325 kilopascal divided by 9.81 kilonewton
Okay.
per m cube po. Tapos yun
Okay.
po, ang lumabas po ay 10.33.
Okay. So, ang sagot, 10.33 meters.
Meters po.
Okay. Ibig sabihin, kung ang laman, salamat Carl. So, kung ang laman ng aking barometer ay water, okay, para makameasure siya ng 101.325 kilopascals, kailangan yung height niya umabot ng 10.33 meters. Okay, so imagine kung water yung gamit sa barometer, 10.33. So ganun kalaking barometer yung kailangan mo. Kasi kailangan yung tube mo, yung glass tube mo, allowed or designed para umabot ng 10.33 meters. So sobrang laki. Okay? Which is why, imbes na water, ang ginagamit usually is mercury because sabi natin kanina, pag mercury, 760 millimeters lang yung kailangan mo to get 101.325 kilopascals. Okay? Same method ito. If I gave you a certain height of a fluid, kaya nyo na dapat siyang i-convert into pressure. Okay? So, for example, bigyan kita, the pressure at Batangas is equivalent to 1 meter of water. Okay? Equivalent to 1 meter of water. So using that information, you have to be able to convert that 1 meter of water into pressure. So how you would do that is ganito pala. Rho GH, rho of your fluid times G times H of your fluid. Okay? Any question po for barometers? Okay, so next naman would be our manometer. So sa manometer naman, it is a U-shaped or curved glass or plastic tube that shows pressure differences across 2 points A and B. Okay? Ang ginagawa niya, if I have I want to compare the pressure at 2 points. Okay? I can use this manometer kasi the height difference dito sa glass or plastic tube will tell me or help me solve for the pressure at each side. Okay? Ulit. Yung sa manometer ko is a U-shape or curved glass or plastic tube na pinapakita niya yung pressure across 2 points. So ano yung 2 points na yun? Itong gas na to is point A, and then sa kabilang end ng manometer, yun yung point B. So for this case, ang nasa kabilang side ng manometer ko is yung atmospheric pressure because open to sa atmosphere. Okay? So ang atmospheric pressure, alam ko. Okay, so alam ko atmospheric pressure. So I should be able to compute for the pressure of the gas inside his. Okay? Based on the height differences within the manometer. Okay, so how do we do that? We need to focus dun sa boundary layers or boundary conditions. Okay? Sa boundary conditions, ito yan, yung point 1. Tsaka ito yung boundary una. Ang boundary 2, second boundary naman ito sa kabila. Boundary 1, basically yung interface ng gas at ng orange liquid. Boundary 2 naman is the interface of the liquid as the atmospheric pressure. Right? Based on those information, pressure, when you go down, it increases the pressure. So you would add. Okay? If you go up, you decrease the pressure. So you subtract. Okay? Ano ba next step? Okay. So, based from that, ito, bukas na lang natin i-discuss yung examples. So, you can have, just a preview, you can have a single fluid. Okay, may trapped gas ka. Dito, find the pressure of the green gas. In kPa, 3 decimal places. So, may green gas ka. And then, meron kang isang fluid dito. Okay, and this height difference, makakatulong yan on getting the pressure of this green fluid. Possible din naman na multiple fluids yung nasa manometer. Yes. Okay, so may fresh water ka, tapos may interface with mercury, tapos may interface with air, tapos may interface with seawater. Okay, so ganito again, the key here is knowing if the boundary layers moves up or moves down. So yung application nito, bukas ko na lang ituturo sa face-to-face para dire-diretso tayo. Para di ba kayo ma-overwhelm na. Okay? But that is the concept of manometers. It still uses ang core concept pa rin natin, rho GH. Okay? Pero gagamitin natin is either i-add ba yung rho GH or i-subtract yung rho GH. Okay? Yan. So, any question po? That is actually our topic for today. Yes, Neil.
Sir, tatanong ko lang po, dun po sa about sa quiz kanina. Pag po ba, halimbawa po ay fully filled ng fluid po yung isang closed container, meron pa din po yung sa air po.
Air. If the container is fully filled, then ang assumption nun, pag fully filled, wala kang air pocket sa ibabaw ng fluid, ng liquid, basically liquid. Wala kang air pocket sa ibabaw. Pag wala ka talagang air pocket sa ibabaw, pag clear nyo sinabi fully filled, then that's the case na wala ka ng P-air na i-consider sa problem. Ito kasi yung problem natin, wala siyang sinabi about any P-air, di ba? Pero ang sinabi lang niya, sealed tank. Okay? Pero if you would imagine kasi, pwede namang i-seal yung tank pero may air pa rin sa ibabaw. Kumbaga siya sinil. Kumbaga open siya before tapos sinil. So, possible na may na-trap na air dun sa ibabaw. 'Di ba? Kasi pwedeng kahapon hindi siya sealed, tapos sinil ko ngayon. So, nung sinil ko naman siya, hindi naman nag-escape or hindi naman umalis yung air dun sa loob. Na-trap nga siya dun sa loob nung nasinil ko siya. So, that air, yun yung kinoconsider natin na P-air. Dahil sinil ko siya, hindi na siya magiging part ng atmospheric pressure. Magkakaroon na siya ng sarili niyang behavior, which is P-air. So, magkakaroon na siya ng sarili niyang pressure. But if the problem states na fully filled yung container, it means para ma-fully fill mo kasi yung container, kailangan ma-displace or kailangan lumabas ng air sa loob kasi kailangan mong i-replace yon with the fluid. So, for that case, wala kang P-air. So, pag ganun yung case, tama yung solution nyo na raw GH lang yung gagamitin. For gauge pressure, pero pag absolute pressure, you have to add again the atmospheric pressure. Yeah. Okay? Also kasi, yung problem kanina, if you would assume na wala siyang P-air, kumbaga wala siyang air sa taas, if you will try to calculate the pressure at the surface of the liquid, di ba dapat pag surface of the liquid, dapat zero na yon kasi wala ka ng fluid weight Pero hindi siya mag-zero. Pag kinalculate mo kasi yung P surface, pressure at surface, kasi hindi siya nag-zero, then whatever value you have there, that is the pressure caused by the air above the liquid. So kung sealed man yan or hindi, that pressure is the creation or the result of the pressure of the air above the fluid. So kung sealed yan, yun yung PR mo. Kung hindi yan sealed, open to atmosphere yan, then that P na nasolve mo sa surface, that is your atmospheric pressure. Okay? So, dapat pagtutugma-tugma yan. As you go down, lumalaki yung value. As you go up, lumiliit. Pero if you have known values, like at the atmospheric or gauge pressure, dapat pag nagsukat ako sa level na yon or sa elevation na yon, dapat nakukuha ko yung sagot based dun sa given. Dapat matching sila. Okay? So parang kahit anong way ko siya isolve, dapat equivalent dapat nagtutugma yung mga values sa mga elevation. So, yung kanina, makakasolve ka, kung hindi ka nag-include ng P-air, makakasolve ka ng value sa baba. Pero, hindi siya tutugma dun sa value sa surface. Pagmamali siya. So, kailangan mong i-account yung P-air. Kasi yun yung nawawalang value. Yun yung nawawala para mag-balance yung equations. Yun. Pero again, tayo na narating ko. So, sa tanong mo na if fully filled yung container, ibig sabihin walang air pockets, then wala kang i-consider na P-air. But safe approach, kung hindi yung sinabi, always check kung meron, kung may P-air, before you solve for the pressure at the bottom. Okay? Hope that answers your question, Neil. Okay.
Opo, sir. Ayos po, sir.
Okay. Bukas bigyan ko pa kayong dyan, sample, para magbuha niya idea ng ganyan. Okay?
Okay po, sir. Okay po.
So, other questions po? Okay, so bukas to, bukod dun sa manometer, may bago tayong topic. Tapos, discuss po tomorrow yung problem set part 1. So, sana maka-attend kayo ulit. So, yung mga Brian, di ba may ka na naman? Seminar.
A-attend po ako bukas. Mag-attend po ako ng face-to-face. Mag-update na lang po ako dun sa Bosch.
Ulo, baka kukulangin ka.
Ay, sabi naman po ng sir, Pwede ko na lang daw pong kunin yun sa online, yung kulang kong oras.
Ay, ang online ganyan ay sasapat.
Eh, yun po sabi ng sir. Eh, baka, kailangan ko na, syempre, kailangan ko na din pong umattend sa inyo. Kaya, yun.
Gauge mo din. Ang bukas naman, again, face-to-face, hindi, may online class naman ako bukas. So, may material, may PowerPoint pa rin bukas, saka tawag dyan, whiteboard. Ako may upload sa hapon. So, kung hindi man kayo maka-attend, yun na, may material pa rin naman. Kaso, ano na siya, parang self-learning. Dexter, parang nakita ko yung email mo nga. Okay naman, nakita ko na. Okay? So, hindi ko naman kayo pinipilit pumasok since excuse naman yan. Pero yun nga, magiging self-learning lang yung session. Pero may material naman tayong mapaprovide since may isang class kasi ako bukas na online. So, gagawa pa rin ako ng PowerPoint. So, may material pa rin kayo makikita sa classroom. Okay? Same po yun sa ibang nagbabosh.
See you po, sir. Thank you po.
Thank you din po, sir.
Okay. So, if no more questions, then ito yung activity nyo later. Bonus lang naman to since parang part siya ng bonus activity siya. So, kung hindi nyo trip, okay lang, kayo bahala. Okay, pero gusto ko sanang i-redo nyo yung quiz 2, problems 2 and 3. Okay, kasi di ba, most of you hindi na i-account yung PR. Okay, so I want you to redo it. That now that you know that kailangan ko i-consider yon. Okay? Isama nyo na siya. So, ulitin nyo siya, considering yung bago nyong alam. So, hopefully, tama na yung makuha nyo na answer. So, ibibigay ko to in a while. Ayusin ko lang siya. Pero, same problem, iba lang yung given na values. So, expect na iba yung height doon, iba yung fluid, iba yung location ng pressure gauges. Okay? So, you have to resolve. Okay? So, i-upload ko yan in a while before mag-6. Tapos, I hope you can send it back by 10 p.m. or gawin ko ng 12 midnight. So, answer lang naman yung kailangan ko dyan. So, lalabas, 4 yung answers na ibibigay nyo. 2 for problem 2, kasi ang tinatanong doon is specific weight, tsaka yung pressure at the bottom, absolute pressure at the bottom, and for number 3 naman, 2 rin yung sagot nyo, kasi 2 yung gauge pressure, 2 yung pressure meters natin. So, ano daw yung magiging reading ng 2 gauge pressure meters natin if 1 maging open type, tapos 2, yun, if maging open type and yung fluid is mapalitan ng bagong fluid. Okay, so hopefully this time, tama na yung masasolve nyo na answer. So, pwede ko rin palitan yung pagiging gauge pressure at pagiging absolute pressure niya. Okay, so ingat lang doon. Always note kung gauge pressure ba yung hinahanap or absolute. Pag gauge pressure, wag mo isasama yung atmosphere. Pag absolute pressure or pressure lang yung sinunong, you should include atmospheric pressure. So, question 5 or baka gawin mo question 5 and 6 yan. 2. Tapos, 10 points each. Pwede na siguro yan. Makakabawi na. Okay, any other questions? Okay, if no more questions po, then that will be all for today. So, bukas po again, face-to-face tayo. So, hope to see you tomorrow, unless of course may valid excuse tayo, like Bosch. Okay, so see you tomorrow. Thank you for coming today and bye-bye po.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po.